This is a Wild Games Production podcast.
To the Palladin Megaverse podcast. I am DM Vince, and I am not sitting with
Steven playing Seran Allward.
Shep!
Sorry, I got distracted by something. Jakob playing the good Shep.
Geoff playing Victor Liam Brightwood.
David playing old Gnomey.
Corey playing Nova.
Rick playing Raven.
Steven, give us that recap.
All right, on the last game, we just got done with the battle, so we had to collect our injured. We did a cursory glance around, didn't really find anything on the bodies of the cultists. We were able to backtrack our way through the tunnels without having to go through the swimming thing again, and when we got to where the children were held, they weren't in the cages anymore. So we made our way back to town with our injured party, got to Rue the Healer. Lord Lee is being treated for his comatose state. Lord Torvald was a bit more injured, so it was decided he had to return home, which his ward was very distraught about. Very much so.
You will all pay.
Either way, after the next morning we met, well, during that healing session, we did meet Raven initially, where we found out that they were joining our party, another elf. Bit of a mystery as to the name, as it's not your typical elvish name, and repeatedly brought up. Yeah, it was brought up. We spoke with Laura, kind of gave her a heads up of what we found. We did find out that the children were returned. At that point, there was some party chit-chat about what our next plans were. We decided we were going to go subtly confront Lord Grant about it, since all indicators are pointing towards him. That's also where we were tracking the redheaded woman, Kiaran. Is that it, Vince?
Kiana.
Kiana.
Yes. She was the redheaded woman that we initially saw when we did first spied at Lord Grant's, and it was hinted by Rue that she was also the one who was injured by Seran's arrow. We ended the session at Lord Grant's. Old Gnomey is subtly exploring the manor, trying to get any evidence, and he did hear that the ceremony is that night, and the rest of the party is waiting in a waiting room for an audience with Lord Grant. That's where we left off.
All right, so David, you heard all that information about ceremony tonight and how she was a pain in the ass, and you can't believe it's about her, and blah, 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 but that's all you really get.
Okay. Head back to, hell, I'll just leave. It'd be weird to walk into the room now. So if I can just kind of sneak on out of the house.
There he is.
You sneak back down the way you came. You head down the stairs. You could walk out through a kitchen back. Actually, you see the door that you went through the sewers that you remember. You could go that way.
Your armor's there.
Actually, yeah, right. Your armor isn't still floating around in there.
No, I went and got my armor.
Oh, that's right, he did.
I waded through it, took it to the fountain, and washed it off.
to the public watering hole.
Yeah, I'll leave through that way.
Okay. So you leave. So back to the rest of the group, who's
So that was kind of odd,
waiting around.
seeing as how both Seran and I stood last time we talked to him. That was kind of odd.
Is it?
It's taken a while for him to join us.
Is there anyone else in here besides us?
No, it's just you guys.
And we
just gonna
did show up
open-
without a invitation or.
A few minutes, you guys kind of like wondering, and all of a sudden you hear some footsteps, and then you hear the And the door
I was
opens
gonna
up.
open the door and look out real fast before that happened, but okay.
Well, so basically, as you were doing that, you're turning to go to the door. You see the door kind of slowly opens, and you see Grant come walking in. He's like, yes. And he closes the door behind him. He sits in one of the chairs, and he says, so how can I help you, good Shep?
Yes, thank you very much for seeing us. So, good
Of
news.
course. We
and
heard
bad
good things
news.
about you, so.
Oh, we appreciate that. We got some good news and some bad news.
Oh, bad news. Tell me the bad news first. I'm that type of guy.
The bad news is there's some cultists here.
I'm sorry? Here?
Somewhere in the town. We're still trying to divine exactly who they are, and we don't know. But there is a group of people that's trying to steal your children
Well,
and use them for some sort of ceremony.
yeah, well, the children have been returned, as we all know now, and they're safely back in their houses. Praise be.
Yes, I'm just concerned that the remains of this cultist group, that they'll remain trying to enact some sort of ceremony. Again, I really don't know what exactly they were going to do, but I imagine it wasn't anything good.
I don't know.
So, what we really need is your help to be able to find the cultists that are in this town.
By all means, how can I help? I'm, at the good Shep's disposal.
Should we ask about the woman? As I whisper to Nova.
I'm trying not to because I feel like that's going to give us.
While you're
to-
talking, like we're a little bit of we're in the same room, but you're clearly got his attention. I'm whispering to Nova.
Yeah.
Should
Okay.
we ask about the woman?
We should just
I'm
make like
refraining
we've
from it right
seen
now.
her. Just be like, oh yes, we saw this red-headed woman. Perhaps I whispered to Seran. Just
So is
just
that a
see how he reacts when we mention her. Don't say that we know anything about her though. Yes, that's a yes.
I'm sorry, Seran. You wanted to say something?
He turns his attention to you, Seran. Yes. Did you want to say something?
We all turn our attention to Sarah.
Yes. Everybody stares at Seran now.
Lord Grant, one of the cultists was injured in battle. A woman with red hair.
Mm-hmm.
There's some rumors that she may have been coming across your estates. Have you seen anyone matching this description?
Well, the only red-headed woman I know of is Kiana, Mistress Kiana. She is the leader of the Druid people outside of town.
Where are these druids located outside of town?
He describes some grove that's about a couple days' travel away. He had met up with them and struck a bargain with them so that the two towns can work together and, learning healing. And we were going to teach them pretty much how to farm. Yes, farm. That's it.
Going to teach druids how to farm.
Yeah, I know. Right?
How to properly structure a society, pretty much.
Pretty sure we're just going to teach him how to oppress people.
Yeah.
No.
Be the oppressor, not the oppressee.
If we wanted to speak with this Kiana, is there a place she's staying in town?
Yes, actually, she is staying in my house. She, not right now, she is making her way back. She went back to her village for some reason. She said there was some emergency, and she'll be back tonight for you have a ceremony for her.
I thought you said that her village was a few days' travel.
It is. I don't know how she's getting back. She said magical means, so.
I see. If we were to go on horse, could we get to this village and back within one day?
And what sort of ceremony are y'all having?
It's an honorary ceremony. We're doing kind of a exchange type thing. I'm giving her the key to the city type deal, and I'll be going to her village and receiving the same. It's kind of
Okay.
a royal treatment type idea.
A union
Interesting.
between
And
two.
when are you supposed to go to their city?
Well, he kind of looks down. He's like, I'm not quite sure. He said, I'm assuming in another week. Yeah, we haven't gotten that far yet.
During your conversations with her, what kind of woman did she strike you as?
A very beautiful woman who was very kind, and she was very caring. She seemed like she was very generally wanting to learn more and learning more about society and how to modernize things. We're a very modernized town here, as you can see.
I know, you mentioned databases.
You're referencing the database and the sorting hat in the
sorting
Guildhall?
computer. Yeah.
Well, that's new. It's new technology.
I see you put a lot of love into this town.
I did. This is my town, my family here. We have established this outpost here for the Emperor, and we're trying to prove our worth to the Emperor.
Well, let's make sure that the cultists don't mess with this fine town anymore.
I agree.
All right, so we don't know if Kiana's done anything. We just want to talk with her. Really.
She'll be back tonight.
You saw
All
her
right.
earlier today, is that correct?
Yes, actually, I did this morning. In fact,
How was she walking?
One leg in front of the other. I didn't notice anything different.
She seemed to walk with a limp, to clarify.
He thinks for like a minute or so, and I didn't notice anything odd, but I mean,
Understood.
No matter. We'll find out later. But we thank you so much for your generosity.
Wait, where is the ceremony being held? And is it open to the townsfolk or is it private?
no, everybody's invited. It's a big ceremony for the town. There's going to be a big bash. It's in front of town hall, right outside on the green. You're invited. You're part of this town. You're in part of the guild hall, so you're a member of this town.
Bronze.
Out of character, this is the first time we found out where the dang ceremony's taking
Yes,
place.
you think they'd have
We'd be happy
posters or
to attend.
something?
It's not a big town.
I mean, it is
We'd
a
be
big
happy
town,
to
but it's
attend,
not
yeah.
a big town. So it's like bigger than the lake, smaller than the pond.
All right. Nova, Seran, or Nova
You're Seran.
at the same time. Lord Lee, any other questions? Raven?
You all of a sudden you see the door open and a server comes in. Master Grant, I need to speak with you for a moment. And he's like, yes, please excuse me. Please feel free to have some, partake in some drink, and there is some snacks here. You look across the room, you see there's like a bar and some like little nibble snacks like peanuts and stuff like that. He says, excuse me.
Peanuts. Wow.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Like pretzels, little nibble things to have while you drink alcohol, things like that. And he gets up, he gives a quick bow to you, Shep, and then he looks over at Nova, who's not sitting down, and then he starts leaving the room. He gives you a hell of a look, by the way.
Hmm.
He closes
Thank
the door behind him, and you guys are on your own right now.
Nova, social graces, when you're asked to sit, it's usually a sign of aggression if you don't.
Last time we were here, we both stood, and he was okay with it. Why was he not okay with it this time?
You're in a
is no
sitting
one
room now.
No, we were in the
Yeah.
same room. He literally brought us to the same room last time.
I don't
Why
know.
is no one listening in at the door?
Well, we are
Nobody's
all
listening
clearly
out here.
sitting
Shut
down,
up, Geoff.
Except for you.
You could be doing it, Lord Lee.
Yeah, there's a little bit of ringing my ears from, the whole going unconscious.
Lord Lee pretty much is sitting in the chair like, chair. Oh, God, my back. Oh.
My PP.
I don't know. What is the stat for listening? Is there a skill for that?
Not
There's
really.
not.
Not
I
really.
thought there was.
There's not.
No, you can press your ear against the door and see if you hear.
Well, I'm just going to open the door and check real fast, see if anybody's on the other side of it.
Sorry, did you guys want snacks too?
You open the door and you see Master Grant and a servant standing there talking, and they both stop and look directly at you as you open the door. Yes, can I help you, Nova?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you had gone elsewhere. Excuse me. Terribly sorry. I closed the door.
I thought this was the bathroom.
Well, no, I thought they went off somewhere else. I figured that the door's open and
Why?
we could just leave.
No, they said, "Excuse me a moment." They just stepped outside, probably to talk about us.
As he says out loud.
I wasn't listening. I just opened the door because I assumed nobody was
They have to
there.
have a pretty low
And you wonder
opinion
why I
of
threaten you so
Corey.
often.
Because you're a little bit of an ass. That's why.
An ass with social graces. Either way, has anybody seen old Gnomey?
No. Knowing him,
Anybody
he
see where he
stole a
went?
bunch of stuff and left. Or actually, no, he's probably stealing more shit.
And do you think maybe that's why the staff went to go grab Lord Grant?
No idea, but I think he's answered all our questions, so I mean, we should leave.
Yes. I wish we had time to check out this druid village.
Yeah, me too.
Raven, are you from here?
As you guys are discussing, the door opens back up. He comes walking in, closes the door behind him. He sits
I'm
down.
from the Eastern Territory.
Huh?
What?
What?
I asked Raven
Oh,
if
I
he
was
was from this
Seran.
village,
No.
and then you started talking, Vince. That's what happened.
He comes in and sits down, and he says, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry about that. I had an issue to deal with. We're taking care of it. There were some things missing in the house, and the servants were a little bit concerned."
Well, there's
Sorry.
thieves everywhere, you know.
Yeah. It's fine. We will catch that thief. We have some technology here in the house that will catch the
Well, I wish
culprit.
you luck.
It will sort the thieves into their cells.
That's correct.
Well, we'd be delighted to attend tonight's ceremony and getting to meet the lovely Kiana.
Excellent. He says he reaches in his pocket and he says, "Shep, this is for you," and he hands you a piece of paper.
Okay. Look at
And
the paper.
it's an invitation for everybody to join the ceremony tonight, and there is one gold invitation in there.
Well, that'll be mine, of course.
Yeah, I figured it would be.
But I'm going to pass out the rest of the invitations to everyone.
Okay. Everybody has
Thank
a
you very much.
silver
We
invitation. And he says,
All right,
make
we
sure
will
you're
see you
there
tonight. Thank you.
sharp at 8 p.m.
We'll be there.
Excellent. And he says, if there's
Hi,
nothing
guys.
else, I have some business to attend to. I'll see you guys your way out.
Thank you, sir.
He gets
You
up.
leaving first?
He gets up. He opens the door.
I was going to open the door for him since I figured I was next to
So he
him.
rushes out the doors before you get close to him.
You open the door for him. That's fine since you were standing. He looks at you for a brief moment. And then he steps
After you
outside the
could
door, and then he looks at the rest of everybody as if, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Toodles.
let's go, guys.
You basically see the front door in front of you down the hall, and you walk out.
Yeah. All right.
It's
That was informative.
Lord Lee takes some the peanuts, puts in a bag. He's
Stealing
stuffs it in.
peanuts.
Now let's find old Gnomey and see what he found and stole. Let's be honest.
all right. Old Gnomey is back at the stable,
In
actually.
the fountain, washing off.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's in the fountain washing himself off.
That's what he does.
Well, Nomi, why is it every time we find you, you're covered in something?
Go on.
It's a dangerous job. Sometimes you go into nasty places.
Go on.
Did you find anything of merit during your search?
I mean, I got this silver platter. It's pretty nice.
You
Other
might want to
than
be
that-
careful. The Lord made it sound like there's some surveillance technology or magic on that.
Do I know of any sort of thing like that?
Like a tracking spell or something.
I mean, there could be. You don't know. You don't know magic, so.
You look in the reflective.
But
surface
being a
of the-
thief, I would
Might not.
be
You might have
keeping
just,
up to date with the latest catching thieves technology.
Oh,
all
I'm
you
sorry.
steal is silverware.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you read up on the latest technology. Okay.
Thieves talk.
But has
They
David
talk. There's a guild.
Is there?
that you're not a member of.
Am I not?
You're not?
Oh.
Mhm.
I should
holds up the plate.
contact that local thieves guild.
It shoots him with ink.
You don't know anything about this technology. It worries you a little bit, but it's a silver platter, so you're kind of just like, why would they bother with this? You could see if you stole like a family heirloom type thing off a wall or something, or maybe a magical item, but a
it's just
silver platter?
Yeah. It's like, that'll be all right. Anywho, I did hear the servants talking about a ceremony tonight for the red-headed lassie.
That reminds me,
Uh,
Gnome. Let me hand you a ticket.
That you what?
A ticket for the ceremony.
Oh.
He hands you a silver invitation to the bash tonight.
I like how it's a bash, not like
Not a ceremony, it's a bash.
What's
Yeah.
this for?
This is for that ceremony that they were talking about.
Be a lot of people there who you can rob.
Oh,
Lord Lee looks at as
okay.
Lord Lee really looks at the invitation. Could these be trackable? If that guy works for the cult, wouldn't he be able to track these things?
Yes.
Especially the gold one.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, if he has a tracking spell on them, I don't think there's anything we can do about it.
We could plant them on someone else.
If you want to give your invitation to someone else, feel free. I'm just going to leave mine in
Where's Will when you
my room.
Well, what's significant about these invitations? He said the whole town was invited. I doubt they gave everybody in town an invitation.
Yeah.
What is the significance of this gold and silver?
Well,
Read it.
VIP party.
Yeah.
basically the silver invitations say you're entitled to a special seated area during the ceremony. The gold ticket, Jacob, when you read that, says you were entitled to sit in the box with Master Grant during the ceremony.
Sorry, I keep forgetting.
I'm going ahead and say that we shouldn't
It's very nice.
use these.
Well, if you don't use them, it'd be a little suspicious. So
Yeah, we're gonna go to this whole thing, and we're
The
gonna.
whole town was invited. Why do we have to sit in
Yeah.
the silver section? Maybe I want to sit on the lawn seats.
you don't have.
You get special treatment.
That's true. You could just hand the ticket in and say, "I'm going to go sit with the common people. I just want to let you know that I'm here, though." You know.
Or I could just go sit with the common people and not have to hand it in.
And then your
Yeah.
ticket be unaccounted for, and they'll go looking for you. No, okay.
They're tracked.
All right, we're overthinking this. So
Yes, we are.
far, all we gained from this is that the mage went to her village. She's part of a druid society, which we may as well chalk up to the cult.
Well,
And
also,
if we wanted to go,
she can open gates. She can
right, which
travel.
is how she. So there's no way we can actually confront her in her home village.
No.
So we have to wait till she comes back here, which won't be till tonight.
And you'll have to surprise her because if she knows you're coming, she can open a gate and leave.
Mm-hmm.
And she's probably healed her leg by then.
Most likely.
So we need to come up with a plan for what to do for the ceremony.
Well, just from what it sounds like, we can't just call her out or attack her. She has Lord Grant's backing.
Correct.
Maybe we should ask the guard see if we can figure out where they're going to be during this ceremony.
Well, that one captain.
Well, I tell you what, while you guys do that, I'm going to go rest the guild hall.
Go rest your pee-pee. No, I was just thinking it's like, because if we know where the guards are, maybe we can
Well,
avoid them.
I think Grant can get us an audience with her at least, and then do it from there. Maybe in an audience it'll be less guardy, than at the main.
But what are we
So-
going to do when we confront her?
That's
are we
a real
going to
question.
just, if we just challenge her, she can just claim ignorance and sick the town on us.
Question her first. Figure out what's going on first. Then, if you feel the need to confront her.
All right.
Otherwise,
Realistically, what question would you ask that would make her give away everything? She could claim
That's what-
ignorance of everything.
Are you part of an evil cult?
actually, just try to figure out where she was at that time. And you drop it casually, and sure, she's going to lie, but then you also ask she was supposedly, if she says at Grant's house, we can confirm that with the servants, right? If she was somewhere else, we can confirm somewhere else. Basically, you have to get her to tell you a lie before you can go and invalidate it.
Or it could be truth.
Lying, aren't you?
But you basically have to, she has to lie to you first because we don't know enough to do anything else.
I'll leave that up
Unless
to you. What I'm going to do is search around. This is your idea.
I have a feeling, did you not see Lord Grant? I have a feeling that I am not going to be getting anywhere near her.
All right, well then confer with Shep as he's on good terms. I think myself, Lord Lee, and Raven would probably be best suited searching the crowds for any suspicious activity.
That's what I was going to do.
Agreed.
Same with old Gnomey, as he's the most likely to get anywhere and everywhere.
Oh,
Let's first find out what this ceremony is about. Because it seems like the real ceremony versus the public ceremony are two very different things. Hell, it even came across my mind that Lord Grant could be giving us access to this ceremony while the real one is elsewhere.
I just thought of something. We left those cult bodies there. Did anybody remove them or pick them up or... So they should still be there, right? If we go back there...
Two dying party members. We kind of...
Well, no, I mean, but we should... Has anybody been there? Do we know if the guild sent people there or if they just left it alone? Because we could easily go back.
Nothing else to do the rest of this time. Let's go reinvestigate, see if we find anything else in the temple that we may have missed. We literally have all day. It's still early morning.
True.
Okay.
And we have no other leads.
Is anyone going to talk to Lord Lee, who went back to his room to go rest?
He's fine.
Lord Lee went to the guild hall.
We're trying to figure out our game plan. That's like, all right.
Lord Lee went to the guild hall. He didn't exactly go to his room.
Either
He's
way,
going to talk to Alora. He's going
Okay.
to talk to Alora about the
He's going to talk to Aurora about working on his pee-pee, okay?
No, he's going to work on his
all right.
pee-pee
So
with
while you
Aurora.
guys are having that conversation of what you're going to do, and you're heading towards the underground base, Lord Lee goes back to the guild hall, unaware of what you guys are doing, to go talk to Ilara.
unknowing or uncaring.
All right, unknowing. I didn't want to say uncaring, but okay, uncaring of what you guys.
I mean,
are
at
doing.
this point in time, his joints are probably aching like crazy.
Feels like he's
say,
75. He's we got a cane.
It's old. No, he's probably going to... Lord Lee would go back and start asking questions to Alora and maybe a few of the... few of the guild members around there about
Not a bad idea.
About
Hey,
the
Vince, I'm
druids.
Yeah,
writing it down. I know you've already told us like 3 times, but what is the redhead? Kiana? Kiara?
Kiana.
Kiana. Redhead Kiana. Redheaded woman Kiana. I wrote it down like 3 times. Mr. Kiana ceremony. My notes are terrible. Madison Ophelia. I don't even remember what that is.
Yeah, I'm actually putting it in my notes now.
Ophelia was she was an elder statesman of the town. There's a bunch of people that are in charge of the town. Grant is the one that's overall in charge,
She's
but
the head. She's like the council member. Or
yeah,
something.
the elder statesman would be like council members of the town. There's actually 4 council members of the town, but you haven't met them all yet.
We've only met Madison Ophelia.
And you met the captain of the guard.
Yes, Captain Quinn, who refused to give me his last name. He went out of his way to avoid that. So, I mean, it's kind of a dick thing.
Well,
That's
depending. Remember, in this world, giving out names is dangerous business.
There's a reason I want
That's
it.
right.
Which is why he wouldn't give it to you.
That'd be
like
a very
going up to
suspicious
police
act, like,
officers.
what is...
That would be
go.
a very good name to know. Whatever. We're off. Do
See
Geoff.
the wizard.
Do Geoff.
Go on. Go on.
It's your turn, Geoff.
Yeah,
La,
Jeff.
la, la.
I'm waiting for Vince to give me an acknowledgement. He's just looking around.
I'm waiting for you.
Oh, well,
You walk
Denver
in.
doesn't
and
know how to
you're,
spell
you're
Kiana.
like this in the guild hall, walking in.
Well, he's a little stiff at the moment.
All right, fine. You unstiffen
boo.
yourself.
Kind of.
He's bringing that up because it's a detriment from his injury. Remember?
Yes, I know.
Rub the muscles.
The guild hall is busy. There's lots of people. There's other adventurers sitting around, bullshitting, talking. At the moment, some people are laughing and drinking. There's a couple wounded people who are heading up to the healer. I don't know where you want to go, bro.
He's going almost directly to Alora.
Boom!
See
You
what-
beeline,
she's
knocking everybody out of the way.
Move out of my way!
You're
Get away,
200 still just.
You casually walk up to the counter and you see she's talking to somebody about something, and then when she's done, she looks over. She says, "Yes, Lord Lee, how can I help you?"
Hey, Laura.
Hi.
I just had my attention that a Mistress Kiana has been working with druids outside the city.
She's like, "I don't know anything about that." Okay, go on.
Have you heard about anything about druids in the area? Or-
There is various cultures and societies outside of here that we don't know about. I mean, there is the I forget the name of him now.
The thing.
The thing with the thing. Yeah, that's it. The thing.
Have you heard about this group that
The Centaurs. That's it. The Centaur Society out there. She said,
Well, yeah, we're the one that told you about the centaurs.
yes. She's familiar with that. Yes.
Yes, but no, this particular group that Mistress Kiana has been working with, these druids.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anything about them, or
I'm not aware of the druids, to be honest. I mean, you probably would want to ask some of the adventurers here in the guild hall if they've come across any of them. I really can't tell you.
anyone in particular? You kind of scans the room. Anyone in particular?
That one.
No, I mean, I couldn't tell you because no one has spoken to me about druids or anything, so I couldn't pinpoint anyone. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, to be honest.
Okay. Well, then
Look for the hippies.
Yeah, there just happens to be a group playing the bongos in the corner. No. All right. So Lord Lee is gonna ask around, see if anybody heard of a group of druids that are was a day, no, 3 days outride.
So you're just going to randomly go up to groups of people and be like, "Hey, have you guys seen druids outside of town?"
Yeah, I mean, do you guys know about any druids that have been outside of town that
Or living.
that are the visitor for Master Grant has been, his guest Mistress Kiana has been living with?
The first group that you walk up to, they look at you and they're like, "Ugh, go away."
Okay.
Very friendly
Well,
guild.
what's your beauty?
Thank you for your assistance.
You see that they all have gold badges.
Well, if there's somebody that should know, it'd be you, fine group, right?
Ugh, go away, Bronze.
Okay, well, understandably, well, thank you for your time. I guess you know nothing about this group, so I'll go on to the next group. Thank you.
And as you're walking away, you hear them say, "I bet 5 gold he's dead in a week." And you hear the woman say, "A week, right?"
You're on.
You see how he's walking? He's stiff already.
That's actually depressing, considering like they're not that far off. We've already lost one party member, and you got seriously injured. It's a mean assessment, but not far off.
The next group that you come across, you pretty much ask the same type of question, Geoff.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man, they're just like, "Yeah, I don't know anything. We're busy. Go away." Sorry, I rolled a high number again. So
Man, all these guys are dicks.
Well, I appreciate your time.
sorry we couldn't
And,
help, but we're busy. Go away.
Yeah. Would you happen to know any group that be working in the area?
What don't you understand about we're busy?
Okay, you're busy. I'm just asking a question. Sorry to waste your time. He goes off.
Just set
he
the
goes off
building
to
on
the
fire.
I'm just enjoying this entire thing. Keep going.
He goes off to the next group.
All right, this group, you kind of go up and talk to them. There we go. The woman says, "Oh, yes. Please sit down. Sit down." She sees she has a What the hell does she have? Let's see. This is a good one. She has a steel badge on, which is one rank right above you.
Oh, okay.
She's an intermediate hero.
Mhm.
Well, that's good. Congratulations. on getting that.
She says, "For what?"
The steel.
Oh, yes, thank you. I see you're bronze. Are you new here?
Newish, yes. I would say
Oh,
that.
good. My name is Bella.
Hi, Bella. I'm gonna write that down.
It's irrelevant, but okay.
Just a random name he had. So
Yeah,
don't
it's
use it again.
it's just a random name. Yeah.
Silver or steel?
Sorry.
Won't be from now
Silver
on.
or steel?
Steel.
Steel. You'll never see her again, Geoff. Don't write too much down.
I'm gonna ask for her every time.
I'm gonna tell you she's dead.
Oh, that's sad. She just got the rank of silver. She was about to retire in 3 days.
Steel. Why do you keep saying
Steel.
silver?
I don't know. Anyway, so I give her the same spiel. Master Grant has a guest, Mistress Kiana, who's been working with a group, apparently to help them learn to farm. Would you happen to know about these group of?
He's not teaching them how to farm, modernize their society is what he was doing.
She's going to help modernize their society. Would you know anything about that particular
Well,
group?
she says to you, "Unfortunately, most of my group is dead."
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was the only one that survived. There was a big encounter with some pixies outside of the village. About 3 days ride from here, probably around the same area you're talking about where this grove is, of the druids. The pixies were really nasty. I was lucky I survived. She said I only lost a leg.
Oh,
So-
I'm sorry for.
But
your
you look, when you kind of
loss.
do one of these when she says that, because that's kind of a normal thing anybody would do, you see she has 2 legs, so.
Oh,
Whose leg did you lose?
It was her third leg.
What?
Whoa, Steven.
What did you? How did you get your leg back?
The healer. That really good healer. Yes, named Raven. He's brand new.
Oh yes, he's actually a part of our group now.
Oh, wow.
Seems like a decent fellow.
Yeah. He seemed a little mysterious, but overall very nice. He and Rue
at least-
worked wonders, and my leg has finally grown back.
Well, congratulations on your leg.
Congratulations.
And
Thank you. I'm not trying to
hey, I mean, she's got her leg back. I mean, you have to be thankful for something, right?
Yes, and I'm
Okay,
just
so-
waiting for the magical sorting hat to reassign me to a new group. So,
Well, I hope you get a really good group. Oh, by the way, with dealing with pixies, you might want to give them little offerings. One of our group members figured that out. They like a little bit of food, I believe.
oh, okay. And she
So,
takes out a big
yeah.
journal out of her bag and she starts writing it down. Pretty much, and she's like, "Pixies like a little bit of food per Lord
Yeah.
Lee."
You knew my name before I even told you it was.
I thought you said my name was Lord Lee.
You actually never mentioned it to this one, but
Oh.
that was part of your spiel. So you
He's-
probably
Yeah.
would've said it.
She's probably heard it like a dozen times already.
You know
I
that
thought you
Lord
did. I'm sorry.
Lee-
Then she just says per and I'm sorry. What were your name was again? Lord something. I heard
Lee.
you talking to them over there.
Oh yeah, Lee. You
Lord
just
Lee.
call me
Okay,
Lee.
Lord. Lee.
Oh, I keep hearing that fucking Lord Lee. Is that you? Yeah.
And you are?
That's nobody. Ignored Corey. He's not here.
Oh, I thought Corey was playing another character.
No, Corey.
We'll see, young lad, whether I am or not. But you know,
Well, yeah, Corey is getting into his NPC mode because he's playing with his button on his shirt. So
there we go. Yeah.
Awful bad thing. So you had to deal with this grove area with pixies in it.
yes, apparently, I found out after talking to Rue that pixies and druids like to work together, and they are one society sometimes, and they get overprotective of one another. So we might have stumbled upon their I guess land, so to speak, and they got pissed. So
Oh goodness.
We lost
Well.
6 people.
Wow, that's horrible. That's
Yeah.
that's not good at all.
I mean, these
especially-
pixies ripped into them and tore their spines out and danced around in the blood. She said it was horrible.
pixies don't normally tear people apart.
They
usually-
did.
They did. Who's they?
Pixies?
The pixies? The pixies? Are you sure it was the pixies? Because pixies usually, enchant people and make them see things and usually take over their mind. It's not usual that pixies would decimate and tear into a group. Are you sure you remember that correctly? Could it have been the druids?
She starts looking around. She says, yes, that's exactly what happened. Stop questioning me.
I'm just trying to get the full scale of things that happened.
I think you should leave.
Okay. Well, if that is your request, I will go. But thank you very much for your information.
Wow, she came into this liking him and came out so not.
So not liking him. And she just basically just turns to the side like this until you leave.
Lord Lee puts a handful of peanuts on her plate. Leaves.
Gross. Where do you go?
Well, I got a little bit of information, so I'm going to go upstairs and rest until the rest of the group get back and I can relay the information.
Okay. To the group. You are at the tree. You're entering the tree.
Thank you, Hernandez.
You're welcome.
What a nice tree.
That's what he says in tree-ish.
Yeah. So you guys
It's
go
like
in,
the
you go
wind
back
blessing.
through the temple. You see things look a little bit different.
Different how?
Yeah, there is no longer cages that were there. Those cages are completely gone.
Okay.
When you go back through the base, the room with the 3 chairs that were randomly placed in the middle of the room are no longer there.
Huh.
Yeah, everything's been cleaned up, looks like.
The room with the 3 fountains and the dead bodies, that is still there.
Because that one was kind of hidden.
Yeah. You go back through the secret area that you found to go back into the ceremony type room.
Yeah.
And you see there are no bodies, no sign of a scuffle. The magical rock that they were doing is now looks like just a regular rock.
They cleaned this place out.
Yeah, less than a day. Maybe we should have stayed.
The
Well,
blood
we
stains
had
that were all over the place
Things
from
going on.
Torval and Lord Lee are also gone, which you guys find odd too.
Someone cleaned it.
One thing we didn't do that we probably should reach into the bag since I was the one who took them initially. Hand it to Shep. Can you identify these rings and figure out what they do?
I can certainly try.
Oh, the 3 rings that were in the. Oh, wait, I'm not.
The rings in the other room that
These
was
6 rings / 5
yeah.
rings / giant rings / tiny ring.
They were rings like rings you put on.
Five.
I'm sorry. I was thinking like a
after
big,
the session, but we were all thinking some weird ceremonial. Yeah,
Why would
like
they?
Olympic
cheese
rings.
No, they were rings. Sorry.
Yeah, like the Olympic rings, right?
Why
The
would
giant-
Olympic rings be sitting on? Never mind. Let's not get into that.
Because they're the host of the Olympics. Of course.
Yes, this town is hosting the Olympics this year.
They
yes.
were making a bid and they were trying to influence their decisions. so.
Yes. Anyway, you give the 6 or so rings to Shep.
All right, and what can I determine from these things?
I didn't know you had the ability to identify things, so
Well,
Don't-
is it like a specific identify skill, or is it? Well,
that'd be a magical spell
Is it-
and/or
I think it's a
ability.
spell.
Do you think these rings have anything to do with the book since we're dealing with the same cult?
You know what? Since it's part of the cult, I will say
Yeah.
that, Shep, when you look at them, there is a little symbol inscribed in the inner ring part of it. And you think about it for a little while and you're like, oh, that's the symbol for water. And you're like, oh, these are water breathing rings.
Oh,
If you
yes.
rotate the ring just a little bit, it says water breathing on the other
Yes.
side.
And then you turn it over and it says
So that
water
could have
breathing.
gotten us through that entire pot
Yes.
if we use them.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Perhaps we
But-
should hang on to them.
They might be handy to get underwater somewhere.
Well, let's give them out to the party then.
Okay.
I place this ring upon my finger. Thank you.
Your blood boils and you die.
Finger.
Finally. God.
You put the ring on your finger, Corey, and you can't breathe. You start going like that.
I just stick out both my fingers like this.
Okay, and you're still doing that.
Hang on. Take it
Take
off.
it off, yes.
And you can breathe again.
You can only breathe in water when you got it on.
You guys
Just keep
noticed
that
when
in
he put the ring on, he had gills form on the side of his neck.
You were literally a fish out of water.
Yeah, I figured that.
Well, he was being Captain Obvious, okay?
Yes. I will slip it into my
He's
pocket.
saying things that are very profound and not
Yes.
profound.
Clearly.
Profoundly not profound.
All right, so are there any houses nearby this tree so we could ask if
Oh,
anybody
The
entered
map.
the tree? The map, yes, the map. What about the map?
Let's use it. See which house has been hit, cultists, things of
Well,
that
Gramps
nature.
has been hit, that other house has been hit, and that house doesn't have a thing, and that house doesn't have a thing, and that house doesn't have a thing.
Yeah, I put
Well,
the
let's-
map in the chat there for you guys.
Let's go to that southernmost one that doesn't have the X.
All right.
Oh, the one near the... Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
By the woods.
Next to the Cabbage Patch.
Oh, you want to go to the
Oh,
Cabbage
yeah.
Patch farmhouse?
No, not the house that's right next to it, but the one that's next to that with the diamond on it.
Oh, okay. All right, so you go to that house and you see that it is a large barracks, and actually the guards stay here.
Oh.
Great. So they have connections in here as well.
Yeah, but there's no X across it like there is for Grants in that other house.
But you don't know what the X's mean.
Should we see if maybe any guards have gone missing?
Not a bad idea.
All right, so you walk inside and you see a couple guards look at you and say, "Hey, what are you doing in here?"
I just need to ask a few questions if that's all right.
He says, "Just fill out the application on the wall over there, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible." And he
No,
turns
no,
around
not-
and walks away.
Is,
Not
I
Captain,
understand your
application.
sweet roll got stolen.
is Captain Quinn available?
Captain Quinn? Just a moment. And he looks over in another room. Captain Quinn! There's some dude asking for you!
About time! Because Ronnie, what?
Hang on, I'll pinch it off.
Oh, it's you guys. Damn it.
You see, Captain Quinn comes out into the main room. He's like, yes? Oh.
We'd like to ask you a few questions if we may.
He said, fill out the application on the wall over there.
Not that.
Oh,
Many guards gone missing recently.
he looks at you really strange, like, missing? No, he grabs a clipboard off the wall and he looks through the paper. No, I mean, everybody's signed in for rotations and no. Odd question. Why? What do you know? He looks in real close at Nova.
What do I know? No, I'm just seeing if anybody's missing because we found some cultists and we killed them.
You did.
And they're all disappeared.
Do you know why I left the group?
This was not a good path.
It's, you know what? It's the most direct. It'll be fast.
What are you asking him? I mean, he's just standing there looking at you going, okay,
Fast
so
and
you found
deadly.
cultists. Where are the bodies? I need to collect them.
So you haven't been to Hernandez?
Who's Hernandez?
Oh my god.
No, but let Shep speak.
I was asking him weird questions to gauge his reactions, but yeah, fine.
Those are very human reactions.
Yeah, I know.
he's
I
like
wanted
just
him to
staring at Nova
react.
like this, like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Pardon my friend. He has.
Oh, Shep! How you doing,
Yeah,
Shep?
I'm
Well,
doing
it's been a
great.
pleasure,
How about you?
Captain. I leave.
It's just the application's on the wall over there. Don't forget.
I will. I take one just in case.
After that, he still wants to give him a job. Really?
Yeah, why not?
He is in
Nah,
the
we-
adventures.
Oh, we apologize. We were just trying to find who these cultists might have been. So, they've unfortunately cleaned up all their evidence. We had to take care of our injured comrades before anything else, and
Right.
so we didn't get a chance to really do anything. But we want to see if any of the villagers have come up missing, or any of the soldiers, anything like that. Because if they have, they might have been one of those cultists we did kill.
I don't know if no one has reported anybody missing. I mean, this town, out of character, this town looks like it's nothing based on this map. But like I said, there's houses scattered around. So there are lots of people in this town to take into account. In character, no one has really reported anybody missing to me personally. I can ask the guards. I'll gather them up, and if you want to wait a few minutes, I'll find out if there was anybody missing or any missing reports going on. In fact, let me check a docket. Excuse
All right,
me.
please.
He leaves the room and goes back into what seems like it's probably his office.
He doesn't seem surprised that nobody's questioned him about the missing children. You think that would be something worth noting? Like, all these children go missing. Wouldn't they be witnesses to the kidnappers? I'm saying this to Shep since Nova's left. Maybe it would be a good idea if any of the guards questioned the children, found out where they were being held to collaborate our story with us.
Where were you being held at?
They trust
But
you.
we don't. We just want to go easy on this because we don't want to spook those children. Want to be very gentle in the questioning. But yes.
I'm hoping one of the guards have already spoken with the
No,
children,
Geoff.
probably Captain Quinn.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm hoping Quinn himself has already spoken with some of these children to find out who their kidnappers were.
We'll talk about that with him once he gets back.
Just worth mentioning.
And a few minutes later, he comes out of the office and he's like, I don't have any reports of any of my soldiers or guards, I should say, working on any missing reports or missing people, unfortunately.
And the children that we rescued.
You rescued the children? I thought it was a young Will.
Well,
Will was part of our band.
Will was a part of our group at the time.
Oh, okay. Well, then I thank you on behalf of the town for your hard work and dedication.
You're welcome. We just wanted to know if you've been able to ask these children any questions, because maybe we can find out about their identities that way.
I have not questioned the
understand they've been
children,
through-
honestly. I had left them alone because they've gone through enough trauma. I didn't want them to
That
have to
is
relive
true.
it. It is a good thing. Maybe we should question some of them now that they've had a little bit of time to get back to their family and calm down. I think maybe another day or so, maybe tomorrow would be a good time to question some of them.
After the ceremony?
Oh, yes, the ceremony is tonight. That is correct. You're right. I'm looking forward to it.
What is the ceremony detail exactly? I heard it was I guess, joining of the two villages, the druid and this one. Anything else we should know about it?
No, that's what exactly are you asking him?
I'm trying to see if maybe there was a difference in what he's saying versus Grant, because Grant was like, it's the joining of the two villages. We're teaching them modern means. They're helping us with our farm stuff. And I'm seeing if Grant's maybe giving us, or if Quinn's giving us oh yeah, this is about hot dogs. I don't fucking know. I'm just seeing if he's giving a different story.
No, he regurgitates the same thing that Grant gave you.
Okay.
To the T.
And the whole town is going to be there?
Yes, the whole town has been invited. I mean, probably some people won't go because, some people don't want to go. But
any private parties being held during the ceremony or after the ceremony?
Go on.
He said if there are private parties, I would not be allowed to tell you about those because they're private, obviously.
What if somebody had a gold invitation?
He looks around A gold invitation?
Granted by Lord Grant.
He grabs his clipboard again and he looks through it. I have to get back to you on that. I don't know anything about a gold ticket. I know that they gave out certain special tickets. Maybe that's one of them. He didn't exactly tell me that. He was going to go over the final details right before the ceremony with us, so I can tell my guardsmen about it.
Okay. Thank you.
But he looks very concerned when you told him that.
Like, this is somebody I need to be worried about concerned, or what is this guy talking about concerned?
What is this guy talking about? Why don't I know this? And how does this guy know it and I not know it? That type of deal. Like, the fuck? I'm the captain of the guard and I don't know about this?
All right,
Give
Lord
him a
Lee
special
is at the
ticket.
guild hall. Raven's there. Shep's there. I'll look at those two. Do I ask him anything else? Kind of face expression. I'm tapped out.
I think we've found out all that we can here. We really appreciate you helping us out.
Oh, anything for you, good Shep. We've heard good things about you here in this town.
Thank you, my child.
He gives a slight bow to you.
All right, let's head out.
Yeah, as we're walking out and kind of away from the guards, I'll look at Shep. Why does everybody in this town keep saying that about you?
I can't help if people like me.
It's unnatural.
Out of character, you do know he has 2 followers that he's been dispatching around the village to do certain things. You don't think maybe they're having an influence on people?
Oh, that's why he's so popular.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just assumed he was bribing everybody.
No, I'm not bribing anybody.
oh no, he's bribing people with something.
But we're going to leave it right
That
there,
was
folks,
money.
for this week. I am DM Vince, not sitting with.
Stephen playing Seran Allward.
Jacob playing the good Shep.
Geoff playing Victor Liam Brightwood.
David playing old Gnomey.
Corey playing Nova.
Rick playing Raven.
Good night. You've been listening to the Palladium Megaverse podcast. This podcast is Palladium Fantasy 1E. The Megaverse is copyright and trademarked by PalladiumBooks.com. For more information on their products, please go to their website. If you'd like to help support this website, please go to RollHigherDie.com. Thank you.